Grady, you played some tough defense today against both Harden and Leonard. What was that like? You guys held them both to about, I think, 33% field goal shooting.
Yeah, I think, coming out with energy, knowing that if I want to have a good game, it's going to start on the defensive end, and that helps me transition to my offense, personally. But as a team, when we see one guy do it, it's contagious, and, see Scotty start off there, picking up full court, as a big-time player is super contagious. So that's what we just wanted to do. And, being able to play ISO defense against those type of guys, for me, in my second year is huge in my development. So, yeah, it's good.
How do you see the Raptors' team defense, evolving over the past 10 games when you guys have been quite hot?
Mm-hmm. I think it's just, I don't know. Wait, can you repeat that one more time? Sorry.
How have you seen the team defense gelling for the Raptors over the past 10 games?
Yeah, I think it's getting guys back. I think it's, there's so much change with our roster in the past couple of weeks with guys coming back and, Quick finally getting back and, just getting, big pieces like that. And I think it's just knowing in our heads we don't need to change really anything. We just need to go out there and play hard. Obviously, there's things that we need to do different with different teams that we play, but at the same time, hard work and just effort, cancel a lot of those struggles out. So just remembering that and keeping the mindset of playing hard every single possession, really.
IQ's still working his way back and is on a bit of restriction, but how much of a difference does having him on the floor make for you guys, especially offensively? How much does it open things up for you?
It's huge. I mean, the speed that he plays at, but he doesn't hustle. He doesn't go too quick. It's the pace of his game kind of allows me to play off him really well, where I can cut off that and kind of read him, and that change of pace kind of allows the defense to help out on him. If he doesn't have a shot, I'm filling up in a gap, or different guys cutting to the rim and just open up different avenues for us to score. And then on the defensive and just that versatility, but with him and stuff like that. So he brings a lot to the table.
This is obviously a pretty chaotic week around the NBA. Normally would be a pretty big adjustment just in terms of like all the noise going on for a young player, but given what you lived through here last year with all the in and out and changes, like was that sort of like a crash course just in terms of the business of the NBA and what this looks like?
Yeah, I think so. And with guys like, I talk about, my vet with Garrett, talking with him last year of just being prepared for everything and the changes that go on with an 82-game season. It definitely, kind of prepared me for, some of these, but this one was a big trade, so it's just, I think, surprising a lot of people, but at the same time, yeah, it kind of shows the NBA is a business at the end of the day, and got to be prepared for anything.
You're no longer the rookie. When you look at Jacoby, how do you feel like he's been adapting to the game?
Amazing. I feel like you really don't have to tell him much. Obviously, there's guys like Garrett that are in his ear, telling him different pieces of advice, and I kind of shared a little bit about my journey last year and the ups and downs of it. But the thing with him, you really don't have to tell him much with his effort. He plays super hard, and I feel like when I'm on the court with him, he brings that the effort piece where I can find him in the corner like I did on one, and me and him are celebrating, and it's just kind of like two young guys playing in the NBA. It's cool to see.
What was your reaction to learning you'd be playing in the Rising Stars game?
That was great. I mean, it was a goal. Me and my dad write down goals on paper before every season. That was one of them. So it's pretty cool to be able to share that with him. And he's here, so I get to go talk to him and kind of plan our week with our family there. So it's a blessing.
You guys were able to sort of crack the game open a little bit in that third quarter. What were you guys trying to focus on to get that momentum?
I think just being smart with the ball, but also not changing the way we're playing. Keep being aggressive, and if we change the way we're playing, that's just it's not us. So just being us at the end of the day, and going out there and playing basketball.
You guys limited Kawhi Leonard and James Harden, two of the best scorers in the league, throughout the game. What was sort of the team mentality defensively to slow those two down?
Of course, everybody knows what they're capable of doing. You got to key in on those guys. We watched a lot of film. We know their tendencies, so we just tried to do what we could to the best of our abilities, taking away what they like to do.
How How have you seen the Raptors' team defense evolve, gel over the past 10 games?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think the way that we've all really bought in, you can really tell on the court. We're really starting to help each other defensively. We're talking, and the more that we lock up, the more confidence we get throughout the game. We've been winning too, so it just carries over.
A little over halfway through your rookie season now. What do you think your biggest improvement area has been?
I think understanding what I can bring to the game when I'm not performing the way I want to, knowing that I can always bring the energy defensively, diving on the ground, knowing how to move off the ball offensively, and then just the game's kind of slowing down. I'm starting to build more confidence.
What are the challenges in those film sessions? When you guys were having those losing stretches earlier in the year, what are the challenges of those compared to when you're winning? Does it change at all, those sorts of film sessions and off-court work?
No, it's all the same. When we were losing, there's probably more that we were looking at. But now that we're really starting to buy in and gel, we're still watching the same film. We're still making mistakes. Basketball is not perfect. But, we still learn the same. We still watch the same clips every game.
Very thorough performance. You guys at both ends of the court. Must be one of your best ones of the year, do you think, both ways?
Yeah, to be honest with you, every player that stepped on the floor contributed. It was great to see Jacoby to finish the game, played the almost like full fourth quarter. It was great to see Gradey, to see all of those young guys. Ocha had amazing performance tonight defensively, did not miss a shot, 3 blocks. 5 rebounds. A lot of guys really contributed on both ends of the floor. That's something that we talked about from the start of the year, that we need whole team and contribution from all the guys, and the team is above everything.
You guys do, your ability to close games in the last 10 days has been really improved. Why do you think that is?
Experience, like having guys in those situations, learning, Anytime in life when you go through some failures, call it failures, they are only failures if you don't learn anything from them. If you learn from them, if you study the film, if you study your game, if you put the work in, you turn that into your success. So that's what the team does. That's what our guys take pride of, and we're really trying to improve day by day.
I don't think IQ got back in there after that first third quarter shift, and it looked like he was in the locker room for a bit. Did anything flare up, or was that all just part of the plan in terms of
part of the plan?
Restriction?
Yep, and it's restriction. Yep.
RJ looked like he hit his head pretty hard there and took a moment to get up. What was the reasoning to keep him in the game when you guys were up?
He hit the floor, but did you see the hole that he made? He's got pretty strong head, so. He was the one. He wanted to finish the game. He felt good. He didn't have any problems. So.
What do you think's gotten into him defensively? It seems. You demanded more from him, and why is he delivering that?
Listen, it's fun to play defense. When you play defense and your whole team is competing and playing to that level, it's fun. It's fun, and that's what we as a young team are learning, how fun it can be when you're playing defense and everybody's engaged. I'm really proud of his improvements on that side of the ball, and just keep going.
Wondering if you heard the boos during the American anthem, and what do you make of that? Obviously not the first arena.
No comment on that.
James Harden with only 8 points in the second half after 17 in the first. What were you guys trying to do differently to sort of slow him down?
Nothing. We did not to try to do anything differently. We just tried to execute our game plan better, and we were more disciplined in the second half of doing that. So as outcome, we kept him from the free throw line quite a bit, and he was not able to score in the second half the same way.